I apologize ahead of time if I happen to cringe or verbally wince during recording this, because it's always really difficult for me to go looking at my old videos. I'm never really satisfied with anything I make. And beyond that, even after all these years, I'm still just kind of aw shucks about the whole making videos for the internet thing. The reason this disclaimer thing gag I went with happened is because this was entered into Master Wuggles' solo abridging project over on the Box of Danger forums, and one of the rules was that you could only have a 5-minute video, but you were allowed 1 minute of extra stuff like openings or what the fuck ever to do that. So I decided to use my entire minute at the beginning for what I thought was a kind of funny gag, but not really in retrospect. I feel like it served its purpose. The reason I chose this series in particular was because I had basically made it as part of a long-standing beef I had been having with this group of abridgers back in 2011 called the Walk Pro Abridgers. They were a bunch of newbies who consistently made terrible things with very little effort, and they constantly begged for attention. They would go onto people's videos and ask for interviews. They would get their subscribers to, drum up attention for them. And, a couple of good people came out of it, like Runaway Tourist and Aussie Jordan, but for the most part, I still don't get along with majority of their former members. But anyway, they once made a video I saw on Abridged Forum's recent video feed. It was a very long Japanese name with a bridge at the end, and I knew it was them. I clicked on it, I watched it, it was complete shit. I decided I could make a better parody of that anime than they could without ever having to watch it. So I did. So, this scene with Kodaka I wasn't really happy with it because it was my first time writing for one particular character. And Yozura's voice was kind of a challenge for me, and I'll tell you why. I'm not really a good mic guy. I don't have an interesting voice pattern. I don't normally speak with much enthusiasm or energy, and my vocal range is very limited. I can do 3 guys' voices, one of which was Matt from gym class's voice, which is really just me speaking from the back of my throat. Feminine voices I can do your normal falsetto, which I did for Mary Sue later, but just looking at Yozura's character design, I knew that wasn't going to work for her. So, as I always do when I'm in trouble, I stole an idea from my friend John Falconflyer, who did a sort of feminine, deep-sounding voice for his Serial Experiments Lame parody earlier that year. Now, the whole rarity thing, this was the time when My Little Pony was really starting to peak in popularity among the internet, where things got creepy, and I saw a guy basically upload a file, a GIF, I guess, of Rarity shaking her rump like that. I thought it would be funny to imprint as her imaginary friend. Ouch. Kodaka's entire demeanor is basically making fun of what I perceive to be the Walk Pro Abridgers weeaboo side. They kept doing really recent shit from Japan, didn't have a translated name. They would use subtitles, or not subtitles, honorifics in their parodies, and they would always put it last name, first name, like Japanese. So that was that's why that ended up being the way it was, and I was happy with that. And one of the good things about Wuggles making this a solo contest was that I was allowed to write stuff that I wouldn't feel comfortable writing for a normal video. If I'm doing all the voices myself, I know I'm not going to get offended by it, but I feel like if I get other voice actors in, I have to sort of tone down, or at least restrain myself as to not offend people. And, so that was good. That was helpful. And the Tim Tebow thing, Tim Tebow at the time was really getting attention for being this ultra-Christian while playing football. And I kind of wanted to make a topical joke with that, and I didn't succeed. Mary Sue's entire characterization is, as her name suggests, I really felt like, while watching this first episode without any context on the rest of it, that she was being described as your typical Mary Sue character. She's perfect, big breasts, beautiful, popular, super intelligent. You know, can you really blame me for that? And the Harry Potter thing is just, you know, OC Mary Sue and self-inserts in Harry Potter fanfiction. It's, they're always someone's daughter. They're Harry's best friend, Harry's waifu, shit like that. That's where that joke came from. Wasn't really all that inspired. This last scene was built up from dialogue that I basically just got from talking with my friends in college. Most of my funniest jokes have either been stuff I've taken from real life. Hey look, it's Matt from gym class.
I wish you were dead. Why don't you just do it then? Why don't you get swamped in it?
I like that joke. That was good. This whole last scene here, very late in the series, I saw it, knew I had to do it with the horse thing, so I did it. I'm not really good at making commentaries. I don't think I'm all that interesting when I talk, but I felt like I wanted to do this so that I could sort of sneak in something without having to make an update video, because I hate those, and I hate people who do them. But, I don't really want to make this series anymore. And, it's not that I dislike the direction it was taking or anything, but when I made episode 2 of, this, I made myself a promise that this was not going to be a regular series, that if I felt like I couldn't make a decent video, I would not do one. I, you know, cut the joke off while it was still going good, don't drag it out any. And I have ideas for stuff I would love to do, but either editing constraints or not being able to actually put stuff together for a full video has kept me from doing that. And I'm not... One joke does not make a video. I dislike it when people take one joke and stretch it out for a minute and a half and call that a video. I'm just not going to play that game. So, this is going to be the last thing you hear from me regarding this series. It was a joy, really a joy to make. It sort of gave me a soapbox to make jokes about things I don't like within the abridging community. And, I'm really glad it was, I'm really glad that of all the series I've ever made, this one kinda got a decent reception.